Hey there, this is JamiroFan 2000 and welcome back to another episode of JamiroFan Talks About, where I basically talk about all the stuff in the 24-year discography history of the band JamiroQuai. And for the last few episodes, I've been discussing all of the JamiroQuai albums. Now we come up to their sixth album in the year 2006, Dynamite, which would sadly be the last album JamiroQuai would do under their Sony contract. And the reason that JamiroQuai left Sony was, in many interviews and the 20th anniversary releases of the first three JamiroQuai albums, JK was very explicit and in detail about how he was tired of the record label interfering in the record-making process for him and the band. So, as a compromise, JamiroQuai would end up leaving Sony in 2006, and to fill their contract, they would release, after 2006's Dynamite, they would release High Times, which was all their most well-known singles while they were still under Sony, remastered with two new songs called Runaway and Radio. But back to the album Dynamite. Dynamite is very much like Synchronized, in the sense that it was very experimental, and it necessarily wasn't a very memorable album, but it was a very good album. Some of the songs on there are just really, really good. The most notable single is probably Feels Just Like It Should, which originally started out as a beatbox. In 2008, a test pressing of Dynamite got out, and or should I say, let me be more detailed. During A Funk Odyssey, a test pressing of A Funk Odyssey got out to the fans via the internet. If you don't know what a test pressing is like a rough draft of an album that's printed by the record label so that the executives and the A&R people in the band can listen to the album all the way through and decide what tracks to keep, what tracks to take out, and what songs need to be improved during the production process, or I should say the editing and the rendering process. So what happened is A Funk Odyssey got leaked to the fans, and there was an interlude, which is basically just like, an incidental track or a little outtake. And JK was beatboxing on a vocalizer. If you don't know what a vocalizer is, listen to the song Let's Groove by Earth, Wind & Fire. Basically, it's a plastic apparatus that you insert in your mouth, and it amplifies your vocal cords you can basically change the modulations and however you want to make your voice sound like a robot and stuff. So JK was playing around with this thing, and he basically did a beatbox. And the track was called Interlude 2. So ultimately, this track would not be released on A Funk Odyssey, but later on would be used as the bass line for the first single from Dynamite called Feels Just Like It Should. And that was really cool. Only for the fans that were privy to hearing this test pressing of A Funk Odyssey from 2-3 years prior. But Dynamite had its moments. Dynamite was a very good album. In more experimental stuff, songs like Electric Mistress, and just the whole album was just amazing. And, JamiroQuai would end up putting this out. It would, bit of a critical success. But later on, they would go to a new record label, they'd get a new record deal, and we would see a return to form of JamiroQuai in the sense of their live sound. Not the old sound, but the live sound. But I'm interested in what your thoughts are. What were your thoughts of the JamiroQuai album Dynamite? What are your favorite singles from the album? Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section of this video down below. And I'll see you again real soon with another episode of the JamiroFan Talks About. Bye-bye.